Good morning, you guys. It's 2 days later now, and we're back up here, and we're gonna try and get me out of my mess. So it hasn't really dried out too much, as you can see. I got the processor running, so I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna clean out all these little trees here, get those logs that are in my way out of my way. I'm going to come in from here with the processor and come straight, clean out these trees. I'm going to chop them up and make a bed for me to sit on. I didn't bring a chain up because I have a feeling once I get these logs that I'm jammed on right there, those are poplar and it's bark slip season, and they just slid off the trailer. I didn't realize that they were underneath me, which does not help. So I'm going to try and get those out of here, build a little mat. I'm stuck on this stump right there, and there's one up underneath the front of the machine as well. And you can see the pile of water under here. So starting to think this is going to be where I build our pond, to be honest. How much water's in here. But like I said, there's a couple logs that I've jammed up under there. There's a log right there. So my other issue is that I'm stuck on this stump with the blade, but I think if I can get going backwards, you know, I'm not up to the axle. I'm jammed up. I think that's my biggest issue right now, is being jammed up on these logs back here. So we'll come down with the processor, come in here, clean this shit all out, and we'll try and grab these logs that I'm stuck on, and then hopefully I'll be able just to drive right on out of here. But we got to get rid of some of this stuff first. If nothing else, getting rid of this stuff will help clean it up and help dry it up by letting the sun get in here. So this is the bark slip that I was saying. It just peels right off right now, just like that. So those poplars slid off, and that one's jammed under there on that piece of whatever the fuck. So doesn't look good though, does it? All right, come in, move all these logs out of the way. Worst comes to worst, I'll grab these logs and build myself something to walk out of here on, because she's pretty mucky. Rim's full of mud, the chains are full of mud. Not good. Not good at all, guys. Hopefully I can get out of here, because I don't have anybody else I can call for help. I'm stuck on my own, so I'm gonna go walk the processor down, and then I'll set up the camera and clean these logs out of here, take these trees out, and we'll see where I get to. Alright guys, we're down here. Got the processor down here. This is that big dead tree. I'm gonna take it down, and I'm gonna use it to cover up the tracks. so that's that log I was talking about, stuck up underneath my axle there. But I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. This stump was a problem, and those logs that were jammed under here that were holding the frame up so that I couldn't get any traction. I don't see anything under here other than that log, but it should sink down in the mud once the weight of the forwarder gets on it. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these logs here that are rotten and shitty, and I'm going to just set them down, kind of make a crane mat like I did there that the processor's sitting on, because at least it'll keep me out of the muck a little bit like it did here. Show you what I did if I don't slip and fall in the mud and drop you guys, but it kind of kept me up off the ground there, so, and out of the muck. Oh, excuse me, out of the mud. So let's set some of these down, and then we're gonna get into the forwarder. You know what, I'm gonna start it right now. I'll throw you guys back in the cab while I fire this thing up, and we'll put some of those logs down back here so that when I get, if I can get up and out of here, see if I don't lose my boot. My only problem that I'm concerned with is this stump right here underneath the blade. I think I'm really hung up on that son of a gun, so I'm trying to rip the step off too, but let's fire this old girl up. Oh, I can't get in, hang on. Alright, we're back. Alright, we're back. I broke the handle off that. I went to open it and it got jammed, and it was not happy, so switch on, key. I can't open the hood, so I never turned the master switch off. Like a charm. Alright, turn the hydraulics off so we don't lose anything any further. She's missing on one of her cylinders when she's cold, so leave that be for a minute. We'll put some logs down back here. We'll see if she doesn't just crawl her way out of here like I'm hoping and praying. So if you're watching right now, say some prayers for me. Gotta get back in the cab without falling in the mud. Oh jeez, almost slipped and bailed. All right, back in the cab of the processor. Let us grab a bunch of these dead logs that we're going to save for the chipper pile, but now they're going to be, well, worm food basically. That's not the way I want that. I don't want it all crispy. go see if we can get the hell out of there or not.
Alright, so as you guys saw, I didn't move anywhere when I tried to move, so I took the processor over there and I tried to dig out that stump. I got this stump out of there as best I could, and then I used the base of the machine to push on the blade, try and just get me off of whatever I'm beached on. And let's go see if that worked. Great success, very nice.
Alright, you guys. I got her out. Yahoo! So, you can see where I got down and got beached. Need some deep ruts. I don't want to step in there. Oh, I'm sinking up to my feet. Gotta get up here. Oh, I'm almost about to lose my boot. Alright. Well, we're not going to do that one again. Fuck. Pardon my language. Well, that was a mess. Alright, so I think we're going to leave this section alone for a few days. And we'll come back in June or July when it's dried out. Holy moly. Alright, well, that was a good day. Now I gotta go up here. I popped the chain off the processor, of course. It's hung up on this dead tree I had to clear out of the way. See it? There's the chain. Big links on this thing. Alrighty, so I gotta go check the forwarder. There's that leaky hydraulic line that's on it, that on the grapple, that I wasn't too worried about until I got it out of the muck. As you can see, it's real muddy down in here, so I think I wanted to get that big spruce and that white pine, but I'm not going to worry about them now because I don't think I can get in there to pill them out with the forwarder, so we're going to have to leave this section. I think this whole section is going to get pushed over with the dozer, to be honest. Although I don't want to bring the dozer in here because it'll be just as stuck. Alright, let's go. Which machine should I fix first? I guess we'll climb up on the forwarder and we'll try to figure out where we're leaking. We'll pick up those couple of logs over here that I had to pull off, that fell off the back. And I'm starting to think this might be the best spot for a lake. Or a lake, not a lake, a pond. Because it's super wet in here, so I could take all this top soil and mud and move it somewhere else. I don't know. We'll have to see how it dries out in the next couple months. So, as it's even wet in over here now. It's a really wet spot apparently. So, we're gonna get the couple of logs that we pulled out on the machine, and I might go up the dry spot over here, pick up those logs that are up on the side hill over here. I really got to get those bolts for that track pad. I'll order that this week. But that's a good thing, we're out. Yahoo! Mountain Dew. Okay, we'll hang this on here so I don't forget to put it on. She's not too muddy. Good old Fab Tech, thank you, my dear. Without her, we would have been real pickled. You can see it's wet in there. So what I'm thinking we're gonna do, guys, we'll come up here with the forwarder. Once I check that leaky line, we'll climb up in here. We'll grab those few logs that are up there. I don't know how many it's gonna take to make a load, but not too many. We're kind of full almost. And those ones, they're firewood and pulp. I don't know that I'm going to be able to grab those because the side, I don't know how you can see it, but it's a side hill like that. And with the weight on the forwarder, I don't feel like rolling it. We've had enough fun for today, to be honest with you guys. So I think we'll work our way up here. We'll go clean up all the windfall. And then we'll go back down our trail up top, finish off our trail to the back field so that when the dozer's running, I can push in all the trails, because it's going to be too wet for me to do too much pasture clearing with it right now, but maybe I can get it back in the fall or early winter when it starts to freeze up. Alright, let's go check the forwarder out. Alright guys, back in the forwarder. We're going to turn the hydraulics on, loosen the
couple down where I can get to it. Let's go check and make sure everything's tight. Because I did see it dripping yesterday when we were trying to get out of our muck. Let's go take a look. I got my adjustable wrench. Turn down the RPMs. Don't need them cranked up. Let's go see. Now, I've had to replace a couple of these. Yes, there's leaking in here somewhere or something. I'm hoping this crimp is alright and this is just a little loose. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, so I gotta turn towards us. Right? Yes. Okay, that one's tight. What about you? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to get this wrench in there, am I? You son of a gun. Ay, 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 ay. I don't think I have the right wrench with me. Well, we might just let her leak. It's definitely this one here. You can see the, I don't know if you can see it, but you can see the fluid right there. In order to get to that one, I'm gonna have to undo that one. Because this wrench is too big. It's just a quarter turn or a hair turn too far. I wonder if I can get underneath it like so. If I can just get a turn on it, maybe we'll tighten her up enough that she stops leaking. Oh. Not quite, guys, not quite. Son of a gun. Alright, well, it's not leaking bad. I know where it's leaking from. Just check and tighten all these. Alright, good morning, you guys. Actually, my battery ran out yesterday, so I didn't get any videos of the forwarder once I got it out. I managed to get some vice grips on the hose and get it tightened up. And I went to throw the chain back on the processor, but I did not just break it. I bent the crap out of it, as I'm sure you can see there. So, I gotta grab a new chain out of the machine, throw that on, and we're gonna go clean up some of the windblown stuff while I have a couple hours today. And my neighbor Stan needs some white pine for the sawmill, so we're gonna pick out a couple of those and go from there. So let's get this changed and get some trees cut.